This is a VY SS. I am very, very lucky to be driving one like this in such good condition. Only 130,000 Ks on it. That's it. This is a really desirable car for me. I really, really like it. Lots of first things about this car. You know, the VY SS, it was the first that was available in a wagon, sort of towards the tail end of the LS1, but you know, we'll have a look on the outside in a second. But if we have a look in here, what separates it from a normal VY, we've got this awesome big thick leather wrapped steering wheel with the silver accents there. This awesome cluster that says V8 and SS on it. All of these sort of silver highlights, like this is real metal as well, which is cool. The new mirrors, the VTVX had a different style oval. We have these awesome cup holders that come from Saab. The SSs have climate control with the little screen, which I'll show you soon. All of the silver trim here that goes around. We don't have a level 3 cluster like the Calais, but yeah, we're close enough. This car could come in the 6-speed T56 manual or the 4-speed auto. Obviously this one's the auto, and of course we have power windows and cruise control, and the steering wheel buttons as well are really, really good. This one also has been optioned with the sports pedals, which is cool, and it's got leather interior, as you can see by the door cards there. But also, if I jump out to the blistering, we'll jump out to the wind out here and have a look at these seats. These are fantastic, probably some of the best conditioned seats I've ever seen. Normally they start to go funny there on the bolster, but this one hasn't. But if we have a look just over here, this car is fantastic. Standard height, standard exhaust, still standard wheels. How often do you see that? Still got the mud flaps on, still got the bonnet protector, and if we have a look down there, we can see the black headlights, the defining feature of the SS. We still have the fog lights as well. All of the SSs have those, but what's quite funny is they say SS in the font of the VTVXs. But yeah, fantastic looking car this, isn't it? I mean, just fantastic. And this one only 136,000 Ks. We do have the V8 badges there, which is pretty cool, and we have our SS's badges right there. Very, very defining. And you know, they changed the fonts. They did keep this font with the VZs. Look at that. I love the spoiler. And there's our Series 2 SS. Great looking thing. Really, really good looking car, and big thank you to Barwin Tyre and Auto for lending this to me. But beautiful car, isn't it? I just love it. When I was younger, they have the light in the spoiler as well, just like the Utes. I do like these body molds as well. And if we have a quick look in the back seat here, you can see very, very plush leather and a little storage thing there. And overall, it is a ripper of an example of these cars. It's probably not the halo color, if I'm honest. You know, the halo colors in this is probably hothouse green or Cosmo purple. However, it's still a really good example. And there's our LS1, 245 kilowatts, so got a 10 kilowatt bump in the Series 2. And there she is. Very, very cool. Still has its engine cover. You know, usually they're just the a lot of these cars by now have lost the turtle shell, and it's just the exposed intake manifold, which is a very good looking thing. But yeah, she's a gorgeous car. Great example of a car that's becoming increasingly collectible. Very, very good. But let's take it for a drive. All right guys, well now it is time to actually drive it, and I have to admit I absolutely love the cluster. It's probably my favorite, more than the VY Calais or really any of the others. It's my favorite. Especially one thing that's cool about these cars is they change the color of the cluster depending on the color of the car. So obviously this one's white. If this car was silver, it would be the same. And yeah, pretty cool. So you could get this car in the 4-speed auto, which this one is, the 4L60, or you could get the 6-speed T56. Now, I've driven plenty of both. I'm lucky enough I've driven plenty of both. I have to be honest, I do prefer the manual, but then who doesn't? You know, who wouldn't? But I don't want to discredit this car. This car is still extremely nice to drive, but it is more of a cruiser than, it doesn't feel aggressive. Despite its aggressive looks, it doesn't feel like an aggressive car at all. It's quite relaxed and calm. I'm sure that you could wake it up a lot by, you know, putting a cam in it or doing things like that, but in its standard form, it's a bit of a cruiser. And you know, we're getting 11.9 litres per 100, and you know, the differences between this and the Calais start to blur a little bit, because this awesome leather wrap steering wheel, you know, we've got cruise control, we've got climate control, we've got our cup holders there, which I really like, plus the 2 down there. Like, we've got 4 up here. We're quite spoiled. We got the radio stacker, and we don't have the level 3 cluster that comes in the Calais and stuff, but that's really it. I mean, look, there are some smaller things and stuff, the seats, but again, I'm not going to flog the nuts out of it, but it's kind of weird as well to drive on with a standard exhaust. You know, most of these cars, standard exhaust is long gone, and you know, I do really like the cruise control as well. You just push the button in and then flick it with your fingers, and it's really straightforward and easy. It's a really nice car, this, guys, and it just shows you where the mindset of Australia was only 20 years ago. I mean, this is the kind of car that everyone wanted. Big V8, 5.7 litre, 245 kilowatts in this case, because it's the Series 2, so it got a bit of a bump. And everyone wanted them. And cars like this now, though, in this condition, are extremely desirable and very, very collectible, because so many of these have been modified, parted out. Even when I was 18, you could get these cars for next to nothing, you know, 3 or 4 grand. And now the market has died a little bit since COVID, but they're still worth pretty good money for one like this. And I can see why. Like, they're a great driver's car. I will do one 0 to 100, and oh. Right, there was our 100 Ks. I don't know how fair that was, if I'm honest, because I think it just caught a bit of gravel and I lost a bit of traction, but I don't want to keep doing 0 to 100 tests in someone else's car, so that's the one that we're going to go with. Sorry about that, but I'm sure I'll have another LS1. But look, they're not mind-blowing. They're not mind-blowing, but they're enough. They're more than enough, and especially the LS1s, they have this characteristic. Once you're at, you know, 70 or 80, unfortunately I can't show you without losing my license, but once you're at 80 to 100, accelerating from there is where these engines really start to pick up, and it's a great driver's car. And actually, the other big difference between this and the Calais is the suspension on this is really quite a lot firmer than it is on those, and I definitely noticed that more than I thought I would, because I've never driven a standard one other than this. It's definitely, the ride's still good, don't get me wrong, but if we have a look up here, we're just in Geelong at the moment, and this is one of the worst roads in Victoria that I've ever seen. Look at this. Look at that. That is absolutely terrible, and anybody that's involved in the government should be absolutely ashamed of themselves with the state of our Victorian roads. But anyway, that's a video for another time, but the suspension in this, you definitely feel it. So I really like this car. I really, really do. And the other thing as well that's worth mentioning is in the VY SS, this was the first series of SS that you could get the wagon in. So obviously this one's a sedan, but they also are available in Ute, which is probably my pick of the 3. But the sedan is a very good looking car, and especially in white. You know, when I saw this car, the owner actually quite funny. He said, "Oh, we've never polished it or whatever." And I have to be honest, I was expecting the car to be all chalky and you know, a bit rough, but I was very happily wrong. It's a really, really good condition car, and I love the chunky steering wheel. I love that. Back in the day, I had a VZ Ute, V6 Ute. It was a really tidy one, 6-speed manual, and I put a VY SS steering wheel on it, so that's kind of makes me think of that. It was a really good car, that, but it had the big knobs here rather than this stuff. But yeah, this was an important car for Holden. You know, it was towards the tail end of the LS1. They did have LS1s in the VZ, but this was the last one where it was cable throttle rather than fly-by-wire in the VZs. And yeah, it's really different. And this car especially, another thing about this car that I really like is the leather interior. So it's got the leather stitched seats, which I showed you before, but you could also get these pattern, like almost like a checkerboard pattern cloth seats, and both of those seat options, for the most part, you could match it to the color of the car. Not always, but in terms of leather, like if you had a blue Impulse blue, but if you had a blue SS, you could have a dark blue leather. If you had a Cosmo purple SS, you could have purple leather, and I believe that's it. Oh, there was a red. So some of the white ones like this, you could get red leather, or you could get in the red SSs, you could also get red leather, or you could get, in this case, black leather. I think the black leather is probably the best choice for the white car, and especially with the door cards as well, so they all changed. You could customize them heaps. The cloth was a little bit more varied as well. I remember I had a green VY SS pack, so it looked like this car on the outside, but it was just a V6, and that had the cloth seats and the cloth door cards, kind of like the checkered. Yeah, really good looking thing, and I think that the leather seats are quite supporting and comfortable. I do prefer them than the SS seats, and I do prefer them than the Calais seats. The other thing that this car has is it's got a little scrambler there, which is funny. Again, it's a bit of a sign of the times. We have a little parrot there. Just really cool, really cool car, guys, and I love it. And if we have a quick cycle through our mode, we've got our overspeed alert. There's our 136,000 Ks, distance to empty, and our average fuel and stuff. But it's really all you need. Oh, you can also press the button. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've really enjoyed my time with the SS, and if you guys would like your car on the channel, then please feel free to get in touch, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And a big thank you to Holdcom, a new sponsor on the channel. They sell tons of Holden Commodore parts, and what a perfect fit for me. Anyway, if you guys use my code COMMAN, you can save 5% on all Holdcom products, which is awesome, and it also helps me out as well. So I really appreciate them for jumping on board, and otherwise, thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing. I really appreciate it, and let me know in the comments what car I should do next.